from a very young age, because I have been exposed to technology, I grew up into the how to of it all. But now that, I am using these tools, but, still in the position of learning, despite of how much I already know, I feel responsible to share what I already know. Not because I can learn more, not because I can make more money with technology, but because I think it's important that once you go on Instagram, you know how to change your privacy settings, how to change your content outline, how your photos sit, um, how to get yourself noticed online without coming across as easy to disrespect, how to manage your storage space on your phone, which is again a whole entity in and of itself, even compared to computers, because of how they get used by people. Managing spaces that are not even seen, managing spaces that do not get showcased online, like on Instagram feeds or Facebook, because purity is just as important as being clean. And it's not just about keeping your business clean, it's also about staying pure. So, not putting and, swiping everything under the rug, but cleaning under it. So, you can say that, yes, I own this. Not because I have it, not because it belongs to me, but because if it did, I could say I, you know, love this thing. Like, I include what I do with this thing other than myself, which is very respectful. So, even just to teach children how to respect themselves more, teaching them how to and why to upload the way that they do, how to and why to not upload the way that they do, not just online, but on virtual devices like phones. Because I now have a legacy at the age of 25 that I want to share with the world, that is so full of potential. I'm not sure I can ever get it done. And even though I do trust that it will work out in the best way possible, because God always makes it known, uh, I just want to enjoy it. So before I even start, I would appreciate to have my things clean, to have everything easy to browse through, to understand, to find, to have everything in place before I even am forced to have my own family as a little physical human. Because if I am forced to have a family next to technology that I am also forced to use, because everyone uses technology these days to, you know, even just get by in life, even to just make a living. So often we associate community with technology. We call groups of people online communities, and we refer to them as our family. So often we depend on them as if we depended on the tribe, when it is no longer around us, when our own family abuses us because it's worried, but it doesn't even know why. So we reach for our phones. We do not even look into each other's eyes, even in places where, even though there is winter, people always used to look into each other's eyes no matter what. And now the men are just standing there holding a phone in their hands and doing nothing. And their brains are on fire. They think what they see is important all the time. Because if they didn't, they would just deal with their triggers on the spot. But it's not comfortable, it's too hard. So they just relieve their stress. And that's human behavior, but we need to recognize we can no longer pray for a lack of temptation. We can no longer pray temptation away because we created it for ourselves. We can no longer pray for being saved from evil because our demons are own unmet needs. We need to learn to calm each other down without fearing each other unconditionally. Why? Because it is more rewarding than any porn video, any YouTube video, any Instagram post, any TikTok shot that has ever been created. It is not just promising, it is the answer on earth. It is the way. I don't want to separate people from their phone like I did with myself and you out of sheer need. And because I just didn't know better. I just want to teach people a vibrational improvement compared to what they have been in, compared to what they are still living in, which I forced myself out of thanks to discipline. I come from a very strict household, super disciplined parents. My parents would win rewards at the university where they went to. They would get multiple degrees. They would, you know, win competitions in high school. I am a genius if I manage to maintain my intelligence and respect my parents. But I want people to use their brains. I am so tired of people no longer using their head. Just being in it, but not using it. You know? Just being in women, but not using women. I'm so tired of women no longer choosing to have children because of this. I'm tired of women's eyes, capillaries bursting because they feel like they have to be on their phones instead of with other women in community. I'm sick of women hating on each other because men hate on themselves and each other and women and animals and technology. I'm, I'm just full of wanting to teach people how to open their files, right? And choose their videos and then change the SD card in your phone, in their phones, upload onto YouTube only after they have copied the videos onto their own phone, know how to upload, how many at a time, for how long. Meanwhile, they can do how many other things on their phone still. I want people to have peace around security, especially online, because the internet sees it all. God sees it all. We can hide it. Even on the dark web, But the dark web is not the darkest part of the internet necessarily. People offline can and usually are darker than on the internet. And so children need to spend time outdoors and offline, because if they don't, they will think the world will never physically harm them. They will think their mother having given them a smartphone in their hand whilst the doctor was taking an blood test, or ejected them when they were small. That's not how things work. Like, that is just fuel on the fire. And that's what people do. That's what parents do. Nobody teaches parents how to raise kids anymore. So let's teach children how to use their technology so that um, they feel good about using their technology in the first place, first of all. And second of all, they create content that is good for them, their future, and the next generation. And they can expose their own children to technology more responsibly, so that, you know, people can stay irresistible offline, so that they don't have to morph into psychos online, so that people can stay like they want to live offline and among people. That's it.